This is episode 8 of the random spontaneous 5-minute movie review slash discussions where I randomly pick out movies and start talking about them for 5 minutes. Or if within a 5-minute period, I should say. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, okay, so I picked out the Back to the Future trilogy. I just bought the Blu-ray trilogy, or the trilogy on Blu-ray, but should I talk about all three of these or what? I guess I might as well. Okay, so I love this. I love the first movie. Now, pretty much everyone has already seen these, and if you haven't, then quit watching this and go watch the damn series. But once I got them on Blu-ray, I wanted to rewatch them, and because I remember the first one because I've seen it a million times, but I always I always had this strange aversion toward the third one. I like the second one, but the third one to me always just seemed out of place because instead of it, like the first and the second one, you are taken back to 1955, of course, and you kind of always have these reoccurring characters. And to some extent, they're reoccurring in the third one, but not to the same extent. And the fact that they're in the Old West as opposed to, being in the future or being in 1955 or something, it just seemed out of place to me. So I didn't like the third one that much. But the first and the second ones are obviously amazing. Michael J. Fox is great. Christopher Lloyd is great. Robert Zemeckis directed these, by the way. I think the first one was out in like 85 or 84. The second one, I think, was 88, maybe 87 or something like that. And the third one, I think, was like 90. But I probably would give the first one. I mean, I really feel like I have to give this movie 5 stars just because it's the movie that or one of the movies that you can put on at any time and it will cheer you up. It'll just make you feel better. You can be doing something else and you can hear the movie on in the background, and it's just sort of like a comfort movie, I would call it. Yeah, similar to comfort food, but in movie format. The second one, I probably now when I rewatched it, I didn't quite like it as much as I remembered liking it. And I've still seen the second one several times, but just watching it within the last few years, I felt like again it wasn't quite as good as I remember it being. I probably would still give it 4 stars because I don't know, it also is comforting to me, and I like the futuristic scenes, and they have some interesting developments that kind of occur with the old Biff and stuff like that. Make like a tree and get out of here, and make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn moron when you say it wrong. So stuff like that just is really memorable to me, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. So I probably would give that 4 stars. The third one I actually like the third one a little bit more than I remember liking it when I rewatched it, but I think I would give that probably like 3.5 stars. So I'll stop talking about those movies. But that was 3 movies in one, so it makes sense why, I would um, talk about them for so long. On the Waterfront, of course, this stars Marlon Brando, and I'm not going to be able to remember the guy's name that directed this, but I know it, and I know that I would know it if I thought about it. I already saw the name, but I'm not going to act like I already knew it. This movie is classic, obviously. This is like the movie that really made Marlon Brando well known, and it might even been his first role. I don't know for sure, but it really, of course, he's known for kind of developing the that I guess format of acting where someone is just really into the role, and I don't know. I forget what it's called. It's given a technical name, but he introduced that type of acting. I'll just call it Brando acting. And I don't remember a lot of the details. I remember him being a boxer, and of course him saying, I could have been something. I could have been a contender. And so I think and then his brother, I remember being a boxer or something like that. And he's trying. Yeah, I don't remember the complete storyline. I think I've only seen this one and like a half times, and it's been a long time. But I do remember it being, excellent, and it being everyone always raves about the movie. It's really high up on the AMC's top 100 movies of all time, and I think it's justifiably on there. I think it may be a little bit overrated, just a tad bit, but I still would probably give it like 4.5 stars from what I can remember. So check it out.